the January 6th Sorghum U event in Salina, Kansas, Scott Staggenborg discussed sorghum management strategies for top yields. Staggenborg is Director, Product Portfolio and Technology Advancement for Sorghum Partners.
So probably one of the important take-home messages for us today was the fact that I wanted people to start thinking about fitting the maturities that they use to the environments they have. And so in that, we talked a lot about having whether a person would take a defensive posture or an offensive posture. In the defensive posture, we think a lot about in our dryland environments, say in the western part of the state, where you expect water to be the thing that limits yield. And in those cases, many times, we plant a shorter maturity hybrid because that's how we maximize yields. However, as we start thinking about producing higher yields, we need to think about using longer maturing hybrids that have a higher yield potential. And so that's why I sort of wanted to really impart upon people that they should go home and think about what their goals were, whether it was offensive or defensive, and also whether they think that the maturity of sorghum hybrid they're currently using is long enough or appropriately fits those goals. What got me thinking about this, fitting the hybrid maturities more appropriately to the goals you want, is because I think we've had several years of dry weather, and I think every time that happens, we begin to think more defensively because we're responding to the most recent years. And what that does is that may actually reduce our own thinking and might also reduce the yield potential we get. So I'm trying to get people to think back to that. What happens in a good year? What happens under good environmental conditions? What happens under high management conditions? And often that means we need a longer season or fuller season, higher yielding hybrid. So one of the other take-home points that I always think is very important, and I talk about at every sorghum U, is important growth stages. And by and large what it comes down to is that period from about the 8-leaf stage, 6 to 8 leaf stage, through 7 to 10 days after anthesis is the time when potential seed number is set. And that's the thing that determines yields in all of our environments. And so that means producers need to make sure that they have selected a management system, proper fertility, proper pest management, proper hybrids, and appropriately place those hybrids to minimize stress during that period. And if they do that, if they think about that hybrid maturity planting date interaction to make sure that that period from panicle initiation through final seed set has the least amount of stress, experiences the least amount of stress, then that means they have the greatest chance at maximizing yields. You know, there's a lot of challenges with weed control and that, but the one that I think everyone can manage, start thinking about their management now, would be fertility. You know, when it comes to NP and K applications or rates, recommended rates, that's very straightforward. K-State has a great system in place, Oklahoma State has a great system, and it's as simple as getting soil tests and applying them to your system and the recommendation tables or the recommendation equation. So no one should ever feel like or spend a lot of time thinking about, do I have enough NP or K on their sorghum crop, because it's a really simple decision to make.
For more information, visit hpj.com/sorghumu.